Welcome to the Social Bee Podcast with your host, Louise Brogan. Every week, Louise will be bringing you a podcast all about women entrepreneurs, talking about their challenges, their goals, and inspiring you to either start your own business or grow the business you have. Visit www.socialbeeni.com to join our community and pick up some lovely freebies to start marketing your business online today.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Social Bee Podcast. Today I'm really excited because I have a specialist on today about productivity, which is something I think all of us could really do with a little bit of help with. So my guest is Jac Julien from Texas on the Texas-Arkansas border. Is that right, Jac?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so can you take a moment just to really introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business, please?
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having me, and hello to all your listeners. I hope you get some good tips out of today. And I'm Jac Julien. I like to call myself a recovering organized mess. Because I used to think that I had everything under control.
Yes.
But I realized I kind of don't. And that was part of what got me into looking at productivity. But I also come from a background as being a psychologist. I guess I still technically am. And it seemed to me that a lot of the ways that we were talking about productivity didn't really take into consideration the underlying issues that we might have with, like, why do we get distracted?
Oh, we are going to have some fun on this episode. I'm really interested in this, actually.
Good.
So how do people, what are your actual services then, Jac? Do you work with people on a one-to-one to get into why they're so disorganized, or what is it?
Yep. I tend to work with people on mostly one-to-one. Once in a while, I'll do like a small group coaching program, but it's mostly one-to-one because I like the one-to-one and getting to know people.
Yeah.
But because I think that we all have our own, obstacles to overcome. And so I think working one-on-one gives people that just better in-depth understanding.
Yes, it's not exactly. So, for example, if someone wanted to learn how to do Instagram, then of course a group course on Instagram would work perfectly. But if you're delving into the reasons why somebody is getting distracted when they're meant to be working, everybody's reasons are a bit different, aren't they? So I suppose working on a one-to-one is probably much better for you.
Yes, I like to think so.
Yeah, super.
I think my clients think so.
So you said that you were a psychologist, or you are a psychologist. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Sure. So I'm actually clinical psychology, which is, working with people with mental health issues. I don't actually do therapy anymore, but I do some teaching still.
So like a local college or something?
Yes.
Okay. And how did your business start?
So I started teaching. I teach all online. And it was great because it afforded me the flexibility to stay home with my kids. And then, as things change, as they always do, it's gotten to be a little bit more of either I'm working a lot or I'm not really working. And I know all of your listeners are familiar with budgeting, and, you need to know that money's coming in.
Yes.
Right? And I was, sometimes I'd struggle with that. Sometimes there'd be money coming in and other times there wouldn't. So I said, I really need to expand my horizons and try something else. And coaching just seemed like a great step because, having done therapy, it's easily transferable skill. And that was really what got me into it.
Yeah, because really a lot of people who are coaching online don't necessarily have training in how to work with somebody in a one-to-one, but you have that background from your work in the therapy world.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, great. So how long have you been running your business?
Let's see. Well, I guess it's going on about a year now.
Right. And how do you find your clients?
A lot of it is word of mouth. I hang out on some social media. I've got a free Facebook group, and I do a lot on LinkedIn.
Oh, that's interesting, because I really like LinkedIn. And not a lot of my guests would say that they find their clients on LinkedIn, but I find clients on there.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. So
we're going to have to talk about...
We should do.
Tips and tricks.
You have to, before we came on, I mentioned that I worked with a lady from Little Rock, Arkansas, called Diane Pruitt, and actually she came on as an on-air coaching call on the podcast, and we talked about how she could use LinkedIn to grow her business. So you'll have to go and have a wee listen to that.
I will have to go listen to that one. Is it up already?
It is, yes, it's already out. Yeah, it's about we're recording this. It probably was posted in September or early October. Yeah.
I haven't gotten back that far.
Okay. So that was really good. So your Facebook group, I mean, how do you find Facebook groups? Like I know because I am in a group of Facebook business owners that Facebook has put together, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, super cool.
Yeah, that's kind of very meta sounding. It's called Facebook Business Connect, and it's like a invite-only group for people who are running communities on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And quite often, I find it quite fascinating because some of the people who are in that group are quite open about how they feel about Facebook and Facebook, the way it runs its groups, which I find quite fascinating. That they're, I don't know, maybe I'm slightly more cautious about poking the beast. But people are complaining that they feel that their Facebook group posts aren't being seen as much. Do you find that with yours?
Oh, some of them sometimes. I think it really depends on if I can get enough traction on them.
Yeah.
Like as people comment, the more it's seen and those kind of things. So I noticed, like, I made a post last Friday and it was the Thanksgiving holidays here.
Yes.
And I got like no traction because nobody was in the group over the weekend.
Everyone was out partying with their families.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that too. I think it's you have to think, when are my audience online? When are they active in my group? And that's when I'm going to post to engage with them.
Right.
I think there's work to get engagement on Facebook, which I think people are slowly coming around to the idea of that. You don't just post and expect results. You have to think strategically about what you're posting in order to get your audience to engage with you, I think.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's, yes, people can complain that the engagement's down or those things. And maybe, there's some secret vault in Facebook where they're not showing it to people. But, it's like anything else that you do in your business. You can't just let it sit there and expect great results.
Exactly. So what kind of stuff do you put in your group?
We talk all about productivity and, how people can basically, how do we get more time? What are some distractions that you're struggling with? And, try and help each other to figure out how we can solve some of these issues.
Do you think, well, I suppose part of the distraction for a lot of entrepreneurs is actually social media, isn't it? What do you think?
It can be. It can be. And, because a lot of us use it as a tool, then it's not like, well, just don't go on social media.
I know. So we're recording this. It's in the UK. It's after 7 in the evening, and I'm thinking back on my day. So today, I've been behind the laptop day of work for me. And I was saying to my husband, I didn't go, but it was terrible rain anyway. Here in Ireland, it rains all the time. So it was really heavy rain. So I didn't go out of the house until it was time to go and pick up the kids from school. And I'm thinking, like, what did I get done today? And I definitely got a lot of social media distraction. Definitely. So I didn't feel like I was hugely productive today, but it's okay, I think, to have off days now and again.
It is. And I think that's one of the things too, that we get frustrated with it. And then sometimes, we kind of freeze up or, oh, crud, I did this. And it leads us down this little rabbit hole and hard to get back on track.
Yes, exactly. So how do you help somebody who ends up, like, say they go to check Facebook or Instagram and it's like 45 minutes later and they've gone down, as you say, a rabbit hole. How do you help someone to get over that?
Oh, well, one of the things I like to do is, why are you getting sucked down to that rabbit hole? For example, sometimes I think we're not often good at like taking breaks.
Yes. I'm guilty of that.
So, actually taking breaks helps us throughout our day. So instead of, taking that 5-minute break, getting up, whatever, walking around your living room or taking a quick walk outside or even grabbing lunch, we get on Facebook or other social media and then we just keep going and going and going because in some ways we feel like we haven't had that break. So maybe, for somebody, it's just they need a break.
Yes. Oh my goodness. This is like resonating so much with me today. It's so funny because I did an Instagram story so I made my lunch and I ate my lunch at my computer. So you have statistics for that. But then at about 2:00, I actually made myself a coffee, left the room with all my work in it and went and sat on the sofa and I turned the TV on and I never turned the TV on during the day. And I sat and watched a silly quiz show.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. It was so rare that I did an Instagram story about it. Oh my God. Oh dear. I mean, you get
well, that's a great way to share the word that, it's not really healthy for us to sit and eat lunch at our desk.
Exactly. But one of the things that I'm doing to change my because I am very easily distracted, I have to admit, is I'm going into a co-working space.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, in about 2 weeks' time, I've got a trial of a co-working space. So I'm going to be in there for at least 3 months. And actually, that is going to, some people might think, if I go into a co-working space, other people around me, I'm going to get more distracted. But actually, I think I will be more focused because I will have I'm doing this piece of work, then I'm going to take a break and have a chat with somebody, but then I'm going to sit and focus. Whereas I think when you work from home, it's really easy to get up and go and do the dishes and go and check the laundry and all these things. And the postman arrives and you open the post and suddenly it's like, what did I even get done today? So I think actually it's going to be really good for me to get out of the house to go and work somewhere else.
And for a lot of people it is. Yeah, that's great. I'm excited to hear how it goes for you.
Yeah, just really like a change of scenery almost, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah. So what other tips do you have for somebody who's, a lot of my audience, Jac, are women entrepreneurs who maybe are in their first couple of years of business, or some of them are people who are in jobs who are thinking of starting up a business. So what would your productivity tips be for somebody who maybe is in the first couple of years of business, but focusing on getting themselves up and running?
Oh gosh, so much advice. Okay. So the first thing that I always like to tell people is that you are never, ever going to finish your to-do list until you die.
Oh God. High five.
Because think about it. What happens is, we make a to-do list and we cross things off and we add things and we add things and then we cross something off and then we add more and more and more. Mm-hmm. And so our to-do list will continually grow and change. And, so until we absolutely can't do it, it's never going to be done.
Okay. So do you not believe in to-do lists?
I do believe in to-do lists. Mm-hmm. If you want to, I think that one of the great ways to use your to-do list is, I like to keep a running a running list of, everything that I want to get done. But every day I pull off, like the 3 things that have to get done.
Yes.
When I look at my long, Santa's list to-do list, that long, it overwhelms me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't get it all done. And so, but when I have 3 tasks,
yes.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
and then you just focus on them and get them done.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I like that a lot.